see if anybody shows up. Hi, anybody out there? YouTube land? In the YouTube streets? Hi, it's me, Nancy, with Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. Oh, here's Cameron. Hey, Cameron, thanks for coming in. I'm overdue to make a live, and it's a good opportunity. So, how you doing? What you making? What you drinking? What's in your cup? What's on your hook or your needles? I know you do both. I'm messing around with a few projects right now. I've been I just finished this hat. It's supposed to be for a child. I'm going to use some of the yarn behind me. See, that I found a while ago. It's real colorful yarn. And I'm going to be donating children's hats to the Operation Christmas Child that my church does. And so it's a hat I just whipped. It's a divine hat, but I kind of purposely used a smaller hook, and it was a chunky hat. And I made it a child's size. So I'm not sure what size for a child, but definitely isn't going to fit my head. So it's definitely going to be a child's size. So I'm going to be doing some hats, the kids' hat, little kids' hats, you know, toddler hats. I'm working on a toddler hat. Whoop, I'm dropping stuff here. I found a tutorial on the Crochet Crowd. This looks kind of small. You have a black coffee in your cup and a granny square afghan of many colors on its hook. Sounds nice. Well, this is supposed to be 2 to 4 years old, but I don't know. The yarn, I think, I dropped the hook. It was from the Crochet Crowd, and I think I dropped it again. I'm so clumsy. So, I don't know. It looks kind of small. I may have to I'm using the Dollar Tree yarn, you know, and it's crisscrossing. Like, it was pretty easy. I still have to do the brim on this hat. So I'm not sure if this is going to fit a 2-year-old. Like once I do the brim, it looks really tiny. I may have to use a heavier hook. You just got your second Rona poke, and what's a Rona poke? You talking about the vaccine? Did you get the second shot? I got some decaf coffee, which isn't bad decaf coffee. I use my Keurig machine. It says there's 4 people. Anybody out there want to say hello? And if anybody wants to come hang out, I'll post. You know, let's see. Oh, now there's only 3. Oh yeah, I got the same one. My daughter-in-law and her parents just got the second Pfizer vaccine Tuesday, and they all had the chills the next day. And my daughter-in-law had a really bad headache, but she's feeling better today. So you might, or you may not. I only had a sore arm. And I was just really tired. Like there was like a couple of days last week that I had to go to bed really early, but I just couldn't stay awake. I was just exhausted. So that's what I did. I went to bed early, but I didn't have any chills and nothing, you know. So yeah, so if you get tired, you might just need to go to bed early if it makes you tired. But hopefully you won't get the bad headache and and any side effects. You know, some people get none. You know. So who's out there in YouTube land? Yeah, so what else I've been making loveys for, like there's some kind of somebody came to talk at our church about, you know, It's, I had a card here. Oh, that's not it. It's called Raising Hope. Okay. And it has to do with, I guess, if you have an unplanned pregnancy, it's Hope Women's Centers. So I'm making loveys for them. They're having one little event. They don't need stuff all the time. Oh, so Cameron says the first shot really made it was not moving, but when I was, oh, it only, it bothered you when your arm was not moving? That's weird. I had a sore arm the first one. It's kind of like a flu shot. So I made a bunch of these things. I've been trying to use scraps. I got a deal. I got a bunch of stuffed animals at the Walmart around Valentine's Day. Well, some for half price. Some of them I got them for 90% off. Some of them hardly cost me anything. So I said I would donate a bunch of these. I mean, I might give a couple of blankets, but I'm never going to be able to make a whole load of blankets really fast. They're having some kind of an event. So I said I'd make these little things for the kids, you know. So I made like 7 or 8 so far since last week. Then I needed to do something else. I'm going to go back to these, make maybe 2 more. So I got like some boyish ones and some girlish ones, some neutral, you know. So here's this one, the animals I stuck the legs out. But, you know, if you do it, you're just sticking it over the rubber band. I might have showed you all this before, you know. The whole doll is underneath. You're not sewing the head on the top. And so, like I said, these are going to be donated. And the hats, too. I mean, I'm not selling anything lately. I do have an Etsy store that I made up. And I did sell a couple of things in there, but I haven't been putting anything new in there. That's all. Who's out there in the YouTube land? I see now it says there's 6 people hanging out with me. So I did finish a shawl recently. I'm not sure if you saw it. Hello. Hey, Danine, how you doing? There's the link if anybody wants to come up and hang out. So when Dana said that Kim wasn't coming on, and I've been overdue to make a video between all the babysitting I've been doing, and lately I have to get up early and take the baby to school, or my husband does. He did it today. And I was able to like unload the dishwasher, do stuff around the house this morning, and been working on these hats, you know. And I recently made a shawl, but I don't know where I put it. And I've been making blue hats also. So I have a bunch of blue hats made. I have to call the lady in my area that's collecting the blue hats. Here's my shawl. I had bought that yarn. You might have seen it. But I had bought that. It's a wrap yarn that was on clearance for $5 each. And I had to buy 2 of them. I'm trying to see which way. This is the top. Wait, that's not the top. But this is perfect for Florida because it's not too heavy. You know, it's not too heavy. And I like the colors. And I keep going back to my Michaels because Veronica from Steals the Show said that she found some for like $3 or $3.50 a cake. I had a partial cake here. I don't see it now. It disappeared on me. I had a lot of stuff laying around here. Anyway, I still have part of the cake from this one. And let's see. And you know, so I was gonna buy more, but I don't want to pay $5 each. They're originally over $10, but it's really thin yarn, and nobody's buying it. So I'm gonna wait, and I'm hoping that the price is gonna go down. So I keep going there every week to see, once or twice a week. to see if I could get it for cheaper. I don't really need yarn that badly. You know, I have enough yarn here to keep me busy for a long time. So that's all. So who else is here? You want to tell me what you're making? Anybody want to come up and hang out? You know? So that's all I've been doing. Just I made this shawl. I made the hexagon sweater. Oh, Maribel's working and working. Okay, Maribel, I understand. Yeah, I don't have a real job. My job is wife and grandma lately. Yeah. So today I'm not, yesterday I babysat because they all had the chills and headaches and stuff. So I was supposed to not babysit yesterday, but I'm not babysitting today. So that's all. Usually I babysit 3 afternoons a week. We pick him up from daycare and we take him home to our house. And we give him, we take him to a park first, and then we take him to our house. And eventually we try to feed him dinner. And we're in the midst of this potty training thing, because he's 3.5 and he's getting there. He's getting there. And then my daughter-in-law, who's expecting, she's quite pregnant and due the beginning of the first week of June. She's supposed to go in on the 7th for a C-section. So she can't really drive now because she's petite and she can't reach the pedals. So we've been taking my son, if he's home, he doesn't have work, but he's been covering for people from vacation. Oh, so Dorian's saying working on hats and cowls for the fall shows. Yeah, that's good. See, where I live, nobody's really wearing hats and cowls. If I wasn't living in Florida, I could be doing something like that, maybe like, having a weekend where I make things to sell. But, I'm living in South Florida, so I don't know. My friend, I actually have a friend that used to be my friend, kind of. We haven't been talking, but she crochets and was selling things at one time in shows. So I ought to touch base with her. She'd probably want to share a table or something. And maybe it's on a weekend. And I do babysit the baby on Sunday, usually afternoon. Now we're taking him to school because she can't really drive. And we're going to be more busy when the baby gets here. Because eventually we're going to be babysitting. Hey, Dana, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I had to whip up a coffee and, get ready to get on, But I got one of my shirts on from the Hobby Lobby. So I bought all the shirts and I bought a bunch of stuff there. I loaded up on the Hobby Lobby clearance. I might have showed you I think I made a video. I made some short videos recently. I hadn't done a live in a week at least. Oh, so Dorian lives in Nebraska. My dad was born in Nebraska and I have a lot of cousins there. I have one aunt left and a bunch of cousins that I never really see. They're on my Facebook list, probably. I haven't been to Nebraska since I was like 6, which was ages ago. My dad met my mom during the war, World War II. They're gone a long time. So here, whoever missed it, it says now we got 10 people. So I'm starting to make some children's hats, which I'm going to be donating to. In my church, they put things in the box for the Operation Christmas Child that gets sent to different countries. So there used to be a girl in my church that would make hats and put them in the box, like to donate. And they were upset, I guess, that she's not going to church there anymore. And I used to make washcloths for them, and I didn't do it for a while. I used to make washcloths when I first started crocheting. So I figured I'll start making some kids' hats because kids' hats don't take as long as adult hats, So that's the one child's hat. And then I got a bunch of blue hats that I made for the, Hat Not Hate. I made the hat that, Bag a Day made. I don't know, it looks okay. But I was using all blue and I used 2 shades of blue. Here, hold on. Yeah, this is really nice yarn that I found at the I found it at the Salvation Army a while ago. It's this Party Time Chunky from James C. Brett. And I only had one skein of this yarn, so I used almost the whole skein. And it's really bright. Some of them I have a bunch, so I have enough. You can't see them all because I got it covered up. See? Some of them are behind the sign. I put up my sign. See, it's a good day for yarn. And then I got the other sign over. I have two more signs. But I don't have a good spot where you could see everything. Yeah, I got one over there with the crochet. Hold on, I'm going to show you the other hat. Well, I'll just show you this one. This is the one that Bagel Day made. I don't know. I think I did it right. Forgot what the name of the stitch was in the middle. But she has a lot of these front post stitches, and then I used a different blue to break it up. So what do you think of the blue hat? I think a guy would wear this. A guy or a girl. I mean, this fits on my head, so it's for, an adult. It didn't take terribly long either. I don't mind making hats. This one I made a while ago. This was a hat I tried to make a long time ago, and I just couldn't figure it out, like with the tutorial, and then go back 6 months to a year later and you can do it, So like you're getting better all the time, the more we crochet. But I made a ton of the loveys, I posted these in some of the groups. Oh, you haven't? Cameron says he's knit hats, but he hasn't crocheted hats. So I made a bunch of these, and I don't know. I did about 12, 13 rounds. It's basically a granny around the rubber band, I like top-down hats more than I like the kind that you got to sew the top. I don't like those. So I kind of avoid them because I find that the top of my hats don't come out so great, That's all. So what are you all doing today? Nobody wants to come up and hang out with me? This is what I was working on. This is supposed to be a 2-year. I think it's coming out really small because I'm using that Dollar Tree yarn and it's thinner than I think what they were using in the tutorial. So I might have to try a different yarn. But yeah, this one came out good. Oop. So like I said, this is the organization. I made a short video one day. I should put it on my YouTube. So the organization is called To Support Women's Hope Centers, and this is in Florida. So I guess it's for women, let's say, that find themselves pregnant, but maybe they would like to keep the baby, but they don't know how they're going to do it. So they give them some kind of support, and they're going to be they do like a little photo shoot thing. So I don't know. I'm going to be donating a bunch of loveys that I made, and I found a lot of stuffed animals for a bargain. So I kept going back to this Michael's, and I drove to one that I don't normally go to recently, and they had the same yarn for the $5. The one that I made this shawl, it's a wrap one. See? Which I did show on another video, but not everybody watches lives. So they still didn't have it cheaper. Like Veronica found it for $3 or $3.50, and they had mystery bags there. But I didn't buy them because I really think that I asked the girl, I go, you don't have any yarn in them. I knew she didn't have yarn in them, Or is he saying I used the Lion Brand One Hat Wonders? Hey, Jeanette. Yeah, I wanted to learn how to knit hats, Wait, what's he saying? He's saying, I use the Lion Brand One Hat Wonders. It's extremely soft, and the hat is made back and forth, and the decrease for the crown, and I sewed up to seam. Okay. Was that a knitted or a crocheted hat, Cameron? Yes, Jeanette's in the house. And then I made some washcloths. I had an old friend of mine when I used to live in North Carolina she's like in her 90s. So I said I'd make her some washcloths, but she didn't want big ones. So first I made them too big. She was like the size of a napkin, so which is small. She said like people have made her some, so I got to grab them. They're over there. But I went to this Michael's and I was saying I'm going to go back to the Michael's story, and they had a bunch of $5, grab bags, and they were paper bags, so they weren't super full. Like how I saw somebody's video and they came home with a humongous box of stuff. Not that I needed big boxes. So I just decided, I thought it's probably Easter stuff, and I didn't want a bunch of Easter stuff. What about you? Did you find any $5 boxes or bags at Michael's? I was going to show you. So then I went into a Walmart right across the street, and I look in my app from Walmart, the Walmart app, and I'm looking for yarn to see if there's anything reduced. And I had found these a while ago. This is red. It looks orange on my video, but this is the Cincinnati red, Hometown USA. And I was in this Walmart, and it said that they had it was 10 cents. I really do find the bargains. So I already have a bunch of it. So I got 2 of them for 10 cents each. So I spent 20 cents. So I have to get my yarn organized. It's a mess. I know I have in 2 rooms. I have yarn, most in closets or under the bed in zipper bags. I have tubs too, and like little cute things. Anyway, so I only paid 10 cents. I usually found this for 75 cents. And I'm thinking about making like those little stuffed animals, the amigurumi. I'm thinking about trying that again. So I was there, and I didn't want to just buy 2 things of yarn for 10 cents each. So I bought a bag of like the stuffing. Okay. So I figured I'll try again. Maybe I'll make a stuffed animal, And I don't have any of those magic eyes or whatever. I'm just going to embroider. Here, I found, 1 minute. It fell on the floor. Well, maybe I might have to buy another color at Walmart, like black. But I figured I bought this at the Dollar Tree like recently. And you can embroider things on the face. Yeah, Granny D. Hi, thanks for coming in. I'm sorry, I haven't done a live like in over a week. Or I just do them like when I don't know. See ya. So the 10-cent deals, I love that. That was a good one. Oh, I got this other yarn. So then I went into the Goodwill last week. I don't know the date. Did you ever hear it? Somebody said they saw this yarn before. Wait, it's messed up. It's called Micro Spun from Lion Brand. See? Did you ever see this yarn before? Oh, so Granny, are you knitting those blankets? Hopefully my knitting, I have to try knitting again. So I don't know what store this was in, but it had a sticker on it, like as if it was $3 at some time. But when I went into the Goodwill, and this Goodwill always has the yarn jacked up, like the 2 Goodwills I go into, they always, all of a sudden they started overcharging for yarn. And the color of the day was green. And it says I think it's a number 3 yarn. It says there's a pattern for a knit and crochet ripple shawl. You need 6 balls, and I found 6, and it was only $1. And then when I got to the front, they only paid 50 cents because green was the color. So I paid 50 cents each, and I got 6. So I have a little bag down here with you don't really want to hear the bag. I got 6. So that's the yarn that I bought in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm not making any blankets myself. I'm just making those little lovey things. I've got a whole bunch of them made, but I'll just show you. This is that yarn, the same yarn as this. Then I figured, instead of using perfectly good yarn, it was not scraps. I wanted something to match his ear, So I went with this yarn. But then I said, you know, I'm going to make the hats out of that yarn because I have a lot of one ball wonders, you know. How would you get 30% off? Did you used to work there? You know? And it's not that often I find anything, Cameron, at the Goodwill that they usually have the prices too high on yarn. I've gone in there and seen yarn that I could buy at Walmart for $3.50 and they'll have it marked for $5 or something. It's crazy. But I've done really well at the Salvation Army, and now they're jacking up their prices on the yarn. Hey, Trudy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I finally started doing some, some editing on my videos, but I have to use my phone to take the video. Whoops. Sorry, I just touched my phone and started talking accidentally. So, yeah, and while you're here, I've been working on my hours, and I do run some of them myself. And I know there are people running my hours up intermittently, which I appreciate. And I'll run other people's hours if they need it. But I'm up to about, I think it was like 20, almost 2,700 or 2,750 or something hours. And I need like another, a little over 1,000. Yeah, $7.99 for a half a ball of yarn. Is that insane, Diane? Like, don't they know that if it's half used, they don't charge, a full price? I mean, I call it treasure hunting. I mean, I found really good yarn. It's at the Salvation Army, but the Goodwill, for some reason, is just, good morning, Debbie. Long time no see. I just keep going to bed. I'm so tired at night. I had that damn shot last week, and there was like 2 or 3 days I just had to go to bed early. Yeah, I have a Goodwill really close to my house, and I went there the other day, and they had a really tiny ball of yarn that wasn't even enough to make a hat. And then they had some thread that was a good deal, but it was a little dirty. So not really using thread. I have thread. I bought thread. I try to make earrings with it. I made a necklace with it. I had it laying here too, somewhere, laying around here somewhere, because I took it out one day and wore it. And, so you just need, like, when I make the loveys though, I try to use like the rubber band without the metal on it. This I found, it looks like a lollipop. Found this at the Dollar Tree. Oh yeah, so Dana's saying I'm making a lot of tops and afghans. I made a top recently. It's in the closet right now. It came out good and it fits me good too. It's really hot here though. I wore it to church the day after I finished it. So, you can't wear the same thing every week to church. So I got to wait at least a month before I wear it again. But I got a bunch of these rubber bands. Hey, Karen, thank you. So what you all making? Debbie, what are you making? I've been meaning to call you. Maybe tonight, because I'm not babysitting tonight. I haven't even been able to crochet at night because I think I just got exhausted. Because we've been getting up super early to take the baby to school some days. But now my husband's helping, and with the other grandpa's going to do it too. So I won't have to do it every time. Like I'd have to get up early and be at their house. Let's say I get up at 7, be at their house early. I was used to the fact that if I stayed up late, I could sleep till 9 o'clock. Oh, you're starting the Havana. Well, is that the one I made? You'll have to show me the colors you're using. Yeah, so somebody told me a little, Julie from the Whippy Chick was telling me she used that certain editing software. It was called, I'm trying to find it. If you look at my video, I finally put a preview in, and I can add multiple clips. And because I used to edit videos on my old computer. It came with a good program, and this computer has a program. But when I did stuff like that, the mouth wasn't matching, and that just drove me nuts, and I wasn't going to do it, I don't like watching videos where the mouth is moving and it's not matching, It's kind of weird. That's all. It was, I'm going to tell you the name of it. Kindmaster, Kinemaster. And then I used, what's the name of it? Intro Maker. So I made like a little beginning, the Intro Maker. And my son, my son has a channel. He's almost up to 5,000. It has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a card game, you know. So I'd say the majority of the people that subscribe to his channel actually play the game, you know, because he doesn't do this, you know. He's had the channel quite a while now, and he does a nice amount of videos. He's done some, I know he does live videos, but he teaches people how to play the game. It's a card game. It sort of reminds me of the Pokemon cards, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe you heard of it. Oh, so Jeanette's working and listening, and people are saying hello to one another. So that's all. So, oh, you like my top? Thank you. Well, the top's in the closet, you know, and then I followed the tutorial, but I kind of tweaked it because she was making a medium and I wanted a large because I'm not really a medium, you know. I didn't want it to be too tight on me, but it's kind of fitted and I'm happy with it. So nobody wants to come up and yap and show me what they're making. Whoops, what happens? There it goes. The screen went down. So where's everybody from? I know where some of you are from. Oh, here's Barb. Barb's having a big sale on her yarn. You know, I have that one Hank. I never had more than that I won from, what's her name? Fiberfloozy Crafts. Jill. Her name's Jill. I'm good. I just was tired at night. By the end of the day, I was sleepy. It's like I kept going to bed and not even crocheting. Oh, the Netherlands. I knew it was some other country. I don't know anything about the Netherlands, you know. And Trudy's from South Africa. I guess that's like Ursula, you know. And you know, I'm from New York, but I live in South Florida where it's very hot the majority of the year. We actually took the baby in the pool yesterday. I didn't take any pictures because I didn't bring my camera out there. But he doesn't want to, I don't know. He's just going through a phase. He's afraid of things. So he doesn't like the vacuum in the pool, although it was off. So he won't go in the water too far. But he was just playing with Grandpa mostly. I didn't put my bathing suit on. Diane says, I'm making some popsicle cozy for the kids. Interesting. Oh, I didn't show you the washcloths I made. 1 minute. And Cameron's from Southwest Michigan, a suburb of Detroit. And he's 10 minutes from the Metropolitan Airport. That's convenient, except for you'll have airplanes flying overhead every 5 seconds. When I lived in Brooklyn at one point, we had a deck and we used to like lay there and count how long an airplane would, like every minute an airplane was headed to like JFK or LaGuardia. I think it was JFK. So we had a lot of airplane. You get used to the noise, you know, when you're living in a big city. So I definitely was used to noise. Hold on, I'm going to show you something else. Oop. So this I bought at the Goodwill a while ago. It was actually from Aldi, and I only paid like $3 for it. And I made one of them. Didn't come out that great. It was a bear. I think it was this one, sort of. But it didn't come out exactly like it. It was my first try. So either I'll try another one of these. I have some books, so I could try again. And I made these as washcloths because my friend wants not too big a washcloth. So this is kind of like the beginning of the Divine Hat, but it's a circle. And she wanted something not bigger than a napkin, you know. So it's nothing fancy. Just kind of like sometimes you just need to do little projects anyway. So I'm going to be mailing these off. Oh, so Granny D says it's been a while since she's put on a bathing suit. I put on a bathing suit actually over the weekend. We went to my son's house. He has a heated pool. My pool's not heated. So the water's still kind of cool for some reason, even though it's hot during the day. We need to have like some really good hot days, but you don't have to winterize the pools by me. So I made a bunch of round ones. So I got like 3 round ones for her. I'm going to be mailing them to her soon. She lives in South Carolina, actually. And I don't know. I was messing around. I didn't really follow tutorial. So I made this one. This one I followed a tutorial. I don't remember which one it was though. It has some texture to it. So we went to my son's house on, I think it was Saturday, last Saturday, and we went in their pool. Yeah, that's a good way to, if you get in a pool, you can walk around the pool, you know. It's good if it has a rail. My pool doesn't have a railing. It's good for the legs, you know. But I didn't go in the water in my pool because it's still kind of chilly. Soon, last year, we were in the water earlier, you know. Let's see. Well, they said that Kim, here, I'm putting the link again, that Kim didn't come on. Maybe she was not under the weather or something. Maybe she had an appointment. Oh, Christy's Creations in the house. Hi, Christy. How you doing today? So that's all I've been running. I kind of had been on a yarn ban, but I broke it not that long ago when I went to Michael's and found yarn for $1 each. And I haven't used any of it yet. It's stuffed in the closet. But I found some pretty colors. Oh, look who's here.
Hi.
How you doing? What time is it?
6 p.m.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. It's just tired. Been a long day.
I hear you. I got up early thinking I was going to take the baby to school, but my husband volunteered to take him.
Oh, nice.
So
I like it when they do that.
at first, well, he's done it like 3 times now. So they were afraid that the baby wouldn't want to go to school. He just want to hang out with grandpa because he's so fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, naturally.
Because he spoils him rotten. But he did go, so.
Oh, that's good.
So now they know that he'll go to school, but the other grandpa is going to do it tomorrow. So I'll do it on Monday.
No, I don't have the grandkids yet, so I'm not expecting anytime soon. Or
We're
for my daughter,
expecting.
I'm not getting them. And period. My daughter has always been like no kids.
Oh, really? How old is your daughter?
27.
Oh, okay. Well, all my kids are over 30 now.
So yeah, my daughter's 27. She's like, My son has no interest even right now to have a girlfriend, let alone start thinking about kids. But he's only 21, so yeah.
He's young.
He's still young. So
my youngest son just got married in January.
Oh,
yeah, but they were living. They were together a couple of years, and they just kind of pushed their. I think part of the reason maybe they went ahead to get married was because her dad was recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
Ooh,
she probably, maybe she wanted to have a father there while he was still. He's doing good though on the treatment so far, so good.
So yeah, fingers crossed.
I think he's responding to the treatment.
Basically, just before he starts getting sick from treatment and everything, then yeah.
Yeah, he's done with the chemo and now he's started the radiation.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, that's life. They all live in New York, where I'm from. Like her family and my 2 youngest sons. So anyway, so the youngest got married, and they may have grandbabies for me eventually, but I can't be in 2 places at once,
No.
I don't know who's going to be their babysitter.
Cloning is still illegal.
Cloning
is still illegal.
Yeah, they can't clone grandma.
Nope.
And her mom, they live in Brooklyn. I don't know if you're familiar with New York City. It's just part of New York City, one of the boroughs. So they live in Brooklyn, and her mom lives in the Bronx, which is kind of not that close to Brooklyn.
No, that's like across this, like completely on the other side of the city, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but
I kind of know it, but because well, we were taught that because parts of New York are named after Dutch cities.
interesting.
Because well, New York was founded by the Dutch, apparently, long time ago. It even had a different name, New Amsterdam.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and so I know Harlem is named after the Dutch city Haarlem,
oh,
and Brooklyn is named after the Dutch city Breukelen. Well, we call it
in-
Breukelen, but it's like nearly the same pronunciation.
interesting.
So yeah, it's
Yes.
like the parts of that and queens and stuff. Because we have a queen. We had a like for the longest time we had queen after queen after queen because they just had girls. There were no boys. This is the first king in like 5 generations.
Mm.
So we now have a king, but before that it was like 5 queens
You have
in
a
a
king
row.
there in your country?
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
King Willem Alexander and Queen
I'm
Maxim.
not good with history and I don't listen to the news that much.
Mm,
It's depressing. Hey,
no,
Priscilla.
I like I avoid the TV by any means necessary right now.
Hmm.
I just don't watch it. I don't watch the news. It's depressing. It's like, no, I don't need to know.
Well, my husband watches more news than I do, and he gets a newspaper like once a week.
Yeah.
So he fills me in, and I see news on the YouTube. When you come up, they show you some
Oh
news.
yeah.
Like
Like
they
if I
show
see
you
an
like,
interesting
but it's
headline,
not.
I will react to it.
Yeah.
If it's a headline that sparks your interest, you will want to see the little clip or whatever they broadcast about it. So I don't
So
need the TV.
I made a video the other day in Hobby Lobby, and I made sure to show all the eyelash yarn. So you'll have to go back and watch it
Oh, oh,
because it's really.
this.
And listen, when the eventually they have a big clearance, like come maybe in the summer. And last year they had a bunch of eyelash yarn on clearance,
Mm,
but I didn't have any use for it. So I didn't buy it. But you
ah.
never know. I don't
Uh,
know how much it would cost to send you if you wanted to
um,
get some.
it's probably cheaper for you guys to send it to Holland than it is for me to send it to America. Because
Okay, so I'm
the
just saying,
Dutch Royal Mail just upped the prices like mad.
you wouldn't
They did.
believe how
They
low
dropped
they're
it
going to bring
down
the
a
price.
little bit. They dropped it down a little bit again because it used to be 25 euros.
$25?
No,
Like,
25 euros. It was about $27 to send up to 2 kilograms.
hmm.
And now it went all the way up to 32.50. So that's about 36 to $37. That's
Are you
how
talking
much
about the postage? But what would you
the
pay for like a ball of the eyelash yarn? Like,
if it can go into a mailer, it's
oh,
probably gonna be like a couple of bucks. It doesn't really not that
oh,
much. But
because
if you
it,
can, because some of those stores can vacuum seal the
mm-hmm.
yarn. If they can do that, then it will fit into a bubble mailer and it won't be as expensive.
Because they bring it, what they'll do is they'll bring down the prices to like ridiculously cheap, you know?
Yeah.
Like yarn
Well,
that's
over here it's stupid expensive. So the
so
eyelash yarns I have over here, it's like 4 to 5 euros a ball, and
they may
that's
even bring it down to like a dollar
basically between
something.
$5 and $6.
Well, they bring it down probably to like between $1 and $2 when the clearance comes.
I
So
want those
I'll let
clearance
you know when it
sales.
comes, you know?
Yeah, I
Because
would
they
like.
have like,
I want those clearance sales here in Holland. They don't do that.
well,
Like
we'll see if
no.
we could hook you up,
Yes, that would be awesome.
you know? Maybe we could hook you up with a little bit, you know? So
Yeah, that would be
Cameron's saying,
awesome.
oh, he says he has two of my local news stations here on the YouTube streets.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's more than enough. Then
I
if
don't know.
something sparks your interest from your area, you'll see the headlines and you'll know about it.
Yeah,
And
something
then
big
if
happens.
anything really sparks your interest, you can always watch it.
Like when the prince died, you know, like all of a sudden you heard about it. So, you know, it's like anything big
Prince
news.
Philip.
And you heard about India, what was going on in India, like, you know,
Hmm.
which is, you know, like they're really having
Yeah,
bad
stuff like that. I will see that on YouTube, and if it really sparks my interest,
yeah, I
I
could
will
watch a
watch it.
little of it without like
Yeah.
watching so much of it, like bit. Like,
Or like the well, we don't have the fake news stuff over here because the news itself is like independent of government, whatever. So
uh-huh.
they're not like there's no dependency on that. So they're
Oh, Christy wants to know what you use your eyelash yarn for. Do you have one of your little critters there?
I
I don't know,
do.
but she's got a thing for eyelash yarn, and I just that I never bought for myself. But they always put it on clearance at the Hobby Lobby.
So I'm. Oh, the yellow one just bleaches out. Right there we go.
Aren't they adorable? Look at that, Christy.
That is what I use the eyelash yarn for, and this eyelash yarn was the worst. These are fine. I can feel the stitches, no problem.
Yeah, like I said, I took a little video. It's marked Hobby Lobby,
Yeah,
like I went to Hobby
this
Lobby,
I
and
don't
I did.
ever want to work with this yarn again, ever.
Okay,
Because
well,
in this one you can actually still see the stitches in there.
okay, I
Because
see
you
it.
can see in between the eyelash. You
Yeah,
cannot
like
see
that looks
anything,
like Christmas
and
garland.
you can
Like it's all shiny.
yeah, and you cannot feel any stitches or
Maybe
so
if you
that
do it
one
with a
was the
thin
worst.
yarn, like put it together with a thin yarn, that
Yeah,
kind
then I even tried that. That didn't even work because
didn't help.
if you look inside, you see that there's a little fluff in there in between the tinsel, like,
Uh-huh.
and that will hide everything, including the extra yarn you're trying to crochet along with it.
Was it like a roving type? Did it have like fluffy yarn in there?
Yeah, it's there's like instead of the normal eyelash yarn has like a thin thread and it has all those eyelashes running across it. This one had like a sort of like a thin thread and a roving next to it. So I was
Okay,
like, ugh,
not what you used to.
no, and I didn't like it. Didn't like one bit. I made this, and guess what? She never paid for it.
So oh, you wouldn't have used it then.
I'm like, okay, mine. Then it stays mine. It doesn't. The one that ordered it never showed up because she was like, "Yeah." She sent like half of it because I'm asking half up front because if I'm gonna do stuff like this, I want at least the cost of the yarn. And so she did send that, and she never sent the other half. And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm not sending it until you pay me the other half." Not like I don't want to be
Hey, Joe.
don't want to be
Joe's in the
bad about
house.
it, but I'm like, I'm not going to send something you'd never paid for. You paid for the yarn, but I'm like, you can get a ball of yarn for me. If you want that, I can send you the yarn, and I'll still keep the item.
Well, people are funny.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, I had a friend who just, an old friend, and I had been talking to him on Facebook, and we friended each other. And then he was telling me pray for him. He's having all this money trouble. And then, like, not a month later, he's asking me if I would make a white queen size blanket for him. And he's in New Jersey, and I'm in Florida. And I said, no, I'm not making a white queen size blanket for anybody because I didn't, you would take so much yarn, and I knew that the postage would be insane on a queen size
Yeah.
blanket. And I knew he had no money or he was having
Nope.
money problems. Why did he want?
No, exactly. No, no. If you're already having money problems, then don't go asking for stuff like that. Just don't.
No, he kept on asking me, and I kept posting pictures on my regular Facebook, and he kept saying I should sell it. At the time, I have an Etsy now, but I didn't have one then, and I'm not selling a lot of stuff. I sell things basically to people I know, like by posting.
Yeah.
If someone at church or somebody in New York, let's say that's friends with me on Facebook, will ask me, but sometimes
Yeah.
they ask, you give them a price, and then they don't want to buy it, or they.
No, because they see a fabric or they for one they don't know the difference between knitted and crochet,
Right.
and they see one of those machine knitted blankets for cheap somewhere. I'm like, yeah, no,
They think no, but they think that probably they see me posting stuff all the time, and they think that I'm whipping up a thing every day or something when it's maybe it's taken me a week to do a good size shawl.
Yeah,
I don't really make big, I only make like baby blankets or, throws, like small,
yeah.
and I haven't been
Lap,
making
kind of like
those.
lap blankets and throws and
Right, because I made one really big blanket. I made the mosaic one.
I didn't even I still got one on my wish list that I really want to do, but I'm
Hmm.
like, for one, life needs to calm down first. Just
Well,
calm down before I even start with something like that. Life needs to calm down because I do not have the patience for that.
and a lot of time,
I'm still working on the shawl, and it's not done yet, and it's driving me insane.
oh, but you're using your
Because
nice thing, yeah.
I'm using like used to doing this kind of stuff,
Right.
which
Gets done
is
quicker.
it's yeah, no, not really.
Okay.
One of like this house right here, that took me about 2 to 3 days to make,
Okay. Yeah,
because
like a good,
everybody's like, well, yeah, you it's so tiny, you don't have to use many stitches. Wrong.
like this shawl, I made it, and it's like a number 2 yarn. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find out which way is the right way to hold it up. Wrong way. It's upside down. This is the right side, and there's a right side and a wrong side.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like those colors.
So the
That is
yarn was, it's
gorgeous.
a wrap,
Yeah.
and I used 2 cakes, and they were on clearance for $5 each. So I keep going back to Michael's because Veronica, Veronica, she
Mm-hmm.
found them for 3 or 3.50.
Oh,
So for 3 or
nice.
3.50, I'd buy 10 of them.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't really want to. I have so
I,
much
I
yarn
am,
right.
I am, I have to keep it at yarn to die and stop buying yarn to crochet.
There's like some front posts when you're on the back side, and
Oh,
you
yeah, I
get the
like
little
that.
ridges. You get the little
I got
ridges.
that in because I did order something super cheap of because it is a lace weight though. I have to warn you, it's a lace weight. I did those ridges in here, see?
Oh, I see that.
So
Well, that's
uh,
why the thinner the yarn, the longer it's going to take. You know.
and well, I found these. This
Oh
is a
wow.
1,000 meters on this one.
Okay, that's a lot of,
But
and
but
that.
it's like I love the colors. I saw those colors and I was like, yeah, that's mine.
Thank you, Julie.
And it's like a
That looks nice.
shiny type of yarn. It's a cotton, so it's a shiny cotton. And I saw that and I was like, okay, mine. And it was on AliExpress actually.
I don't order too
And
much online.
that one, well, I never bought yarn from AliExpress ever before, ever.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, that's probably gonna be like crap. So I was like, nah. I was like, but I saw this cake and I'm like, okay, it looks pretty decent, so I'm probably won't be making that bad of a deal because it was like €8, so about $9 for that one. And it's a well compared to the whirls we got because we basically have the Scapier's whirls, and
Uh-huh.
those are €25 a piece.
Yeah, those are expensive. So I
Yeah, they
can't,
are.
I had part of that cake left to this shawl. I can't find it at the moment. It's uh, I don't know what I did with it. I put it somewhere,
But those
but
are like
it's
stupid expensive, so you don't want to buy too many of them. I love the brand. That is not the issue, and it works up like a dream because I have one that was given to me for my birthday last year. That is it goes from tan to cream right now,
okay. Are you
and
making
that
someone else's pattern, or are you making a pattern?
I'm just making up as I go.
Oh, nice.
And
Is that the
it goes
sheepies one?
yeah, that's the Scapes one. And that is it goes from now to cream and then to gray and then blue and then dark brown. And I saw
I
that
have
one. I was like, that's mine.
I have some yarn I'm using right now. I have a shawl sitting here. I started it. Here's an example.
With these scriptures, this is what you can get next to it. If you need like an extra color, you can get the color in a little roulette. Those are not
Okay.
as expensive. So it's
Like,
the same type of yarn. So the same,
Yeah.
the way they made it the same way, and then you can
Okay.
get it in all kinds of different colors if you need like want to put something extra. Because I want to do seashells, different kinds of seashells applique with this one to
Oh,
put on
nice.
my shawl.
So I bought this. It's really fuzzy. Oh,
The yarn bee,
this is
delicious
from
cookie.
Hobby Lobby. And look at the
Is that
price.
is that? Oh, I cannot see the price. It's like foggy right there.
Well, it was originally
That's
$6.99, and I
yeah.
paid $1.74.
Oh, whoa! I would have been buying them up if I could crochet with them because I have something against acrylic. My hands don't like it.
Oh,
I
then you
like
would.
it. I love
This
it,
has
but I cannot work with it.
this is 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca.
Oh, that explains the fuzz.
Yeah. So I started the same shawl, and I haven't picked it up for a while. It's sitting in a basket, sitting in a bag. So I'm making it in this one. I actually started to make a different shawl, and it kept.
I
I
interesting
couldn't.
color transition on that. It has an
Yeah,
interesting pattern in the color transition. I love it though.
we'll see how it comes out when I go back to it. But I started making a different shawl, and I decided I didn't want to make it. So I only have like one and like a half to make this shawl. I think it'll be enough.
That should be.
And
How many yards are on that one?
a nice amount. 1 second. 590.
Oh, that's if you have 1.5, that's more than enough. That's nearly 900 yards.
Right. I always think
So
1,000 when I think shawl.
yeah, but it depends on the pattern. And I think with the
Right.
one with the ridges, it should be fine.
I was on a shawl and a bowl kick for a while that I made a top out of it. But this is what was left. The top is in the
Mm,
closet. I could pull it out. I was telling you them about it. They saw it.
hmm.
I posted pictures. Do you do Instagram or no?
Yeah, I do, but I haven't been on today.
Oh,
Life has been crazy. Oh, that was at the top that they were talking about earlier.
yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
Right.
Oh, I love that. Love the
So
colors.
I
Those
followed a
colors look good on
tutorial.
you.
Has like a lot of nice colors.
Yeah, but it's colors that look good on you. They complement you.
Yeah, it didn't look
Yeah.
bad.
No, those colors work for you.
Right. I finally made an intro for my videos, and I have a picture of me wearing that top in the intro.
Oh, nice.
Right. It's just shawl and a ball, and I found it at the store called Tuesday Morning. Which they have a little bit of yarn, but I'll find things there that are unusual.
Oh, that's
But I
that's
did
always
pay
a good thing.
$5 each for the cakes, so I used, you know, most of the two cakes.
Yeah.
And I was tweaking her thing the whole time. I didn't, because she said she was making a medium, and I needed a large because I'm not really a medium.
No,
So whatever, came out
that's
pretty
okay.
good. I didn't have to do as many rounds because she was using a much thinner yarn, you know.
Oh yeah,
But I did buy some
that
thinner
will
yarns
compensate.
so I could try to make
Well,
what's
I
that,
got my
doggy?
new yarn to dye in today because Mark
Thought
was
I
like,
heard a
"New
dog bark.
yarn is arriving," and I was like, "Yeah, yarn to dye."
So Yarn Nut says, "Hi Nancy and everyone, gorgeous. Thank you."
So I got new yarns in that I have to start dyeing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because Marco was like, "A new yarn supply arrived. What the heck?" I'm like, "Yeah, but that's yarn to dye, not yarn to crochet." So I'm good.
Well, I
Now
know. It's just
because
sometimes they.
we're preparing for a move, and I'm like, I'm not going to
Oh,
buy like a whole bunch of yarn now. Well, I'm going to have to move houses. Lord knows when, because they're basically making upgrades to a house so that it's wheelchair accessible, and there has to be a downstairs bathroom and a downstairs bedroom.
oh, okay.
So,
So
because
that's good.
apparently it raises alarm bells when you fall downstairs or something.
Well, you don't want to do that.
Well, I did.
I don't have it upstairs in my house. It's all
I
one
don't
level.
remember. I don't remember it. So I know I was going down the stairs. I know I was nearly at the bottom of the stairs, and next thing I know, I'm flat on my face in the hole. Don't know anything else about it. So I'm like,
Okay, you don't remember a thing, huh? But
nope,
when we
don't
moved to
remember.
Florida, I didn't want to deal with stairs anymore or cleaning stairs because I have a dog and a cat, and the hair.
No,
But I
I have.
keep the
I just have two men in the house. One's a
okay,
14-year-old,
right.
and the other one is is my man. So no,
And your
I don't
daughter is out
need.
of the house.
That's yeah. My older son and daughter are out of the house.
Oh, so
This
you
is the
have three.
youngest one is at home. Yeah, I got three.
Yeah, I've got them all out of the house. I have three
No,
sons.
just got the one still at home. Oh, here
I
he
got
comes.
two in another state.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
She asked how you're doing. I'm doing great.
I seen him come on the other day for a second.
Looking for my little dragon. He's looking for his little
Is he going
dragon.
to
He's
school?
lost his dragon.
Oh, it's dinner time, but does he go able to go to school or you schooling from home?
Part time. So they split the classes in half. So one half goes one day, the other half goes the next day. So they
Right.
basically split it in half. So tomorrow is going to be a homeschooling day, and tomorrow I have to have packages to bring to the post office again because I was like walking like this with 4 boxes of yarn and everything like.
Well, you're getting it out of the house. That's a good thing. One
Yeah,
less thing to
exactly.
move. Yeah, because
So that
Ginger
explains
from
why the sale, because I'm trying to,
right. Okay, that makes sense.
and
That
then
makes sense.
the dyeing part that I'm going to be doing now. There's a dragon in my
Right.
house.
I saw him the other day. Yeah, so one of my sons is a teacher, so he's back in the classroom teaching.
Yeah,
But
they're
I
back to
think,
school, right? In the U.S.
but not all the kids are there that like the kids aren't all in the classroom. He said
Yeah,
there's a maximum of 14 in a class, and then he has some on the Zoom.
yeah.
They're doing like a Zoom thing.
So that's like what they're doing, part time in school, part time at home.
Right. Some kids, I guess, don't want to come in at all, so like they could just do the Zoom every day. And some kids are,
Well, if they don't feel safe yet, I can totally
yeah, I
understand that.
guess you don't know. I mean, my son had his vaccines. Hopefully it works, because
Yeah,
he had
that's
both
the
my
only.
sons have.
I got my shot March 1st, the first one,
I got my second
and
one last week.
I'm going in for the second one in 2 weeks.
My daughter-in-law just had it. She had a bad headache, and her parents had it Tuesday, and then Wednesday they didn't feel good. But I just got tired. Like after dinner, I just said to my husband, "I don't think I could stay awake," and I went to bed like at 8 o'clock, which is very early for me, because I could
Yeah,
stay up to
same.
12:30 or something, 1 o'clock.
Oh, easy. I'm like
Yeah, but
usually between 1 and 2 a.m. for me before I even go to bed.
I was
And
like, I want to
that
make a
after
video,
that
but
shot, after that
I
shot,
just
I
said I
was
got to go
like,
to
no,
sleep.
I
But
was
I'm good.
out like a light, yeah. Because they gave me the shot early in the morning, so and like by dinner time, I was like, oh, okay, and my arm started hurting like crazy, and because apparently my arm is a dartboard, because I had like the roughest nurse ever, because it was like whap, yeah. So I was like, my eyes blew open, and and on the seat across the, because we were like six in a hall
I
and
was in a
getting the shot
car.
at the same time. No,
I was in.
we had to go into the doctor's office, and they had
Okay.
like this hallway, and they had like three on this side, three on that side, like 6 feet apart, and then so they were coming. Mine was like whap, and she saw the woman across saw that happening to me, and she still had to go, so she was like, no.
I went to a city park and sat in my car, and the first time I went, it was an hour and a half in the car.
I
You know.
wish, I wish. Well, we cannot all get vaccinated here yet.
Oh,
So they're still like they did it like in phases. So the first phase is like the 90 year olds and up, and then the 80 year olds and up, and then the 7 year olds and up, and then they started with um,
Bye, Debbie.
18,
Talk to you
18
later.
years and older with the medical issue, and
Right.
then and the 60 and up. Those were done at the same time, and then after now, like we're still in that process basically.
Right. Every
So
place is different.
and I was in the 18 to 60-year-olds with the medical underlying issue.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Right.
over 60. So,
Now
but my son, my eldest son, he works in a hospital, so he got his first. And then the other two, one has the asthma and the other one is a teacher, so he was able to get his. And
well, my son lives in a the middle child, the oldest son. He lives in a group home because he's trying to because it's like an independent living project
okay.
because he's autistic. So they're
Okay.
trying to get him as emancipated as possible. So
Okay.
like they looked at every individual and he's doing really good. So they're like, okay, he can pretty much live a pretty normal life with a normal job and a normal house and everything. But they're basically catering to everybody at their level. And he's doing pretty good. But they're like, yeah,
Wow.
he's in a group home. There is so many people coming in and out. It is like not a safe situation, and he has a
Okay.
medical underlying issue as well because he has a heart condition. So they were like,
Uh-huh.
and his job had the opportunity to get everybody vaccinated, and he was the first one. They made sure that he's getting the shot
Okay.
first. So I was
Well,
really
they
happy
say
about
you
that
could
because
still
the
get
rest
it.
of the group is
But
still not. The rest of the
my
group is not vaccinated.
my nephew is highly functioning autistic,
Yeah.
but he can't work. He stays home with his parents. He's in his 30s now, but he's going to eventually live with his sister. He's on a lot of medication because he gets like the short fuse type of
Oh no,
personality.
no, no! Those the manic depression and the
No, it's
short
I
fuse.
don't know. They don't consider it manic depressive. I don't know what it is. It's just, but he's on medicine, so
If it's like he has like they have the off and on switch, they can go like extremes. So they're extremely
right,
happy, extremely sad, and the extremely sad can go into manic depressive. That's why they're
right.
usually on some
But he
type of regulative medication that basically keeps them on an okay-ish level at all times.
Well, he caught the COVID because he kept wanting a certain friend to come over. I guess, his friends, some of them are like him a little bit, or they have a different problem. And he said he came over and I guess was coughing or sneezing and said he had allergies, but he didn't have allergies. He had COVID. So he got them all sick.
Oh
So my
no.
sister and her husband my nephew got pretty sick. And my brother-in-law, he lost over 24 pounds
Ooh,
because he had like stomach issues too.
ooh,
But he's
yeah.
better now. And then they went through they were in Texas. They went through that ice thing, the ice storm. So Nadine's saying hello. Hi, Nadine. Thanks for coming in. Debbie left, and Julie. Hi, Julie. Julie's been
The
in here. Yarn Nut.
my mom is basically the one only person that still goes outside from her side. My mom and dad divorced years ago,
Uh-huh.
and she got remarried. He got remarried. My mom, her husband is not allowed to go outside. He has his immune system is shot because of the medication he's on.
Hmm.
So he has like no immune system. So he got vaccinated for the first time last week. So we're hoping like, okay, get this in your system, get it working so that you can at least go outside, like have a life again. Because he's
Yeah,
been
it's rough.
basically locked inside for over a year now.
Ugh. I
And
go out every day.
my dad and my mom have both been vaccinated as well. So I'm like, okay, that's a relief. But we just lost my stepmom 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
But that
sorry.
was no non-COVID related issues for her. It was a mercy ending. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Because
Well, I make
she was already so. Oh, what's that? That's nice. What's that?
I thought I'm trying to make toddler hats, and I found this on the Crochet Crowd, and it looks it's supposed to be 5 inches from top to bottom, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure it's going to fit a 2-year-old to a
Actually,
4-year-old.
um,
It's
did
small.
you get the hat size checker? I know there's on Pinterest. There's like something you can print out. It's a hat size checker.
I think I didn't look it up, but I think it's the yarn I'm
They
using.
they have they have like measurements on there for the
Right,
crown
for
and
the
then
crown.
for the side.
Well, I'm using the yarn from Dollar Tree and it's a number 4, but it's like a thin number 4. So maybe that's why. So I'm gonna try a different yarn next with his directions. And then there was a free pattern, but I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it. Ugh.
Red coffee went into the wrong hole.
All right, careful. Don't talk. Wait a minute.
Uh,
But eventually I'll go out. Now it's like 12:30. I've been on here for, well, it's like an hour and 10 minutes. See if I can
yeah.
last a little longer, you know. But I'm always making something.
Yeah.
I
I
figured
yeah.
the other hat came out good. It's definitely not going to fit me. So this one, I just did
Oh,
the
that'll
divine
be
hat.
good.
I made the divine hat, like, but it's definitely not an adult size. It's definitely,
It's kid
I think it would,
size.
I could put it on my grandson and see if it fits him. He's 3.5. So these are
I
going to
I
go
think that might be a little big for him. But it probably be like 5 to 6 years old.
right, but there's different. This is for Operation Christmas Child, and that they send things overseas, like in a box. I guess they send
Oh,
like
that's
something
cute.
with the gospel message, and then they send like a toy, and
Oh,
maybe
that's cute. Yeah.
I've made washcloths in the past, but or if I find the little dolls that I'm making the loveys. Did you see the lovey you came in at?
Oh, that one
You
is
just
cute. I saw some of the others you have made before. Yeah.
right. So you just make like the granny square around the rubber band. You know,
Yeah.
because
It's so
somebody
cute.
thought I was attaching the head, and then you just stick it over the. These were from Valentine's Day. So they reduced them at Walmart.
Oh
After
yeah.
Valentine's Day, they go down like to 50%. I got some of them for 90% off. Paid like
I
30.
did that with after Christmas sale, like in January or something. You can get like a whole bunch of stuff like really cheap.
Right. Well,
Because then they need to get rid of all the extra stock they got in for Christmas and stuff.
they don't have anywhere to store it. So like I had, I went back after Easter and they didn't have too much. They never, when they had for 50% off, I was trying to be cute and wait to the 90%, but it all disappeared. They didn't have as much.
Mm.
No big deal. I didn't need any more. I just like a bargain.
Yeah.
I'm, a,
Who
I'm like a
doesn't?
I know, I just don't like to overpay. But I only had that one hank of yarn that I won. Otherwise, all my yarn is like store-bought type yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped my mouse. And this is I only have like 400 yards. I caked it.
Yeah.
It
It
was a
looks
hank.
nice. It's a confetti yarn.
Yeah, it was, I think it's a number 1. So I
Actually,
was
that
asking,
is
what can
that
I
a
make?
4-ply?
No, it's just like a thread.
Because that might no, that looks like a number 2 fine.
I can't get the thing in front of it. Well, this way.
Yeah, that's a 4-ply sock yarn.
Is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, there are little threads in there.
Yeah, that's what
But
they call the 4-ply. Because this, if you look at this one, this is a 6-ply. Then you can like, get like a thin DK. It's a 6-ply.
okay.
If you
Right.
it's like if it's a little less than that, then it's probably 4-ply, which is a sock yarn.
Well, it just says sock yarn. It has 80% wool and polyamide or something. It's an
Yeah,
ice yarn actually. So I
nice.
won it in a live,
Ooh, never a bad thing.
and somehow I managed to cake it up without a Swift. I don't own a Swift, but I do have a ball winder.
Ah,
So, but I don't know what I could make with only 400 yards because I don't really have anything to go with it.
no, it's 100 grams. That's 400 meters. That's about 440 yards, something like that. So you can make like at least 2 hats out of that.
But it's so
Um,
thin. I kind
yeah,
of
but
had
still
him
works.
still
Still
work.
works. Yeah. If you use the hat checker, then you'll be able to put like when you're working on the crown of the hat, you can just
Yeah.
put it on the hat checker just until you got the right size you want it to be.
Right.
And because there are circles on there for this circle is for a newborn, this circle is for a 3-month-old, 6-month-old, one
I'll
year
have to
old.
print that out, I guess.
Yeah, that works totally fine. I've used that before, and it actually works with any stitch. So if you were just using half double crochets or double crochets, doesn't matter.
Right.
As
Okay.
long as you follow
I
that
guess it
width.
could be a summer hat because
Oh
it's going to
yeah,
be thin. It's not going to be,
or at least for where the winters don't get extremely cold.
well, here I don't get any
Like over
cold
here,
weather.
it doesn't. We have like yeah, a couple of cold days, maybe
Yeah.
a couple of days of snow. That like this year we had
No,
snow,
I'll
so
never
that
see snow where I live.
no. If there's snow in Florida, then hell froze over.
Not at this
Uh,
part of Florida.
no,
I'm in the very
exactly.
south part of, I'm
Yeah,
almost
you're
in
near.
Miami.
Yeah, near Miami. I was just like, no, that's not
I'm a
gonna
little
happen.
north of Miami.
No,
So it,
if over here, if we have snow this year, then we're probably not gonna get snow again for another 2 to 3 years. So I'm good for a while.
oh, I don't think they ever had snow here.
We
That's how
no,
hot it
like
is.
it's cold. Like we get like everything is frozen. We get black ice. We get iced roads. Like that's normal for us, but it's not really
Oh,
snow.
we
Like we're
don't get
used to
that
the
either.
cold. We're used to the ice, but we're not used to snow.
Well, it's 87 degrees here. I don't know what that is in Celsius.
87 degrees. That's about 25, I think. A little warmer.
You know, like we don't have to winterize our pools, you know,
No,
like I
no,
have,
that
like we don't. So my son has a heated pool just so he can have it warmed up. He just got it put in, so I guess he figured might as well get the heated one.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
so mine's still a little chilly. We put the baby in there yesterday with my husband, but I didn't go in.
No,
I
it's
said I don't
nice,
want
but
to.
for us, we're gonna be like, "Oh, it's nice," and you're gonna be like, "It's chilly." No, it's not. For us, it's
Well,
nice.
when I
You
lived
don't
in New
want to go
York,
anywhere near a pool in Holland yet.
oh, but when I lived in New York City, we used to go upstate, not that far upstate New York, but up to the Catskills. And we used to go to motels, and then their water would be really chilly. And you know,
Yeah,
you're there for the weekend, so you would rough it. You
yeah.
know, you would get in, and you'd get
Well,
used to the water.
for us, it's 48 degrees Fahrenheit today.
Oh, okay.
So
We
it's
might get
that's
48, like in the winter time, like on a weekend, let's say. Like we
no,
might
this
get
is
a.
spring.
I'm
We
saying,
get, like yesterday it was 62 and
hmm
now it's 48.
okay, that
Like
sounds
really?
like Brooklyn.
Make up your
My
mind. Yeah, well, New York
well,
weather is actually pretty much close to what we get.
but they could get a blizzard.
Yeah. Like we don't. Well, that's mainly because Holland is near the North Sea, and when the winter weather comes in, it's usually from the east, and then
Oh,
it has to cross like the mountains in Germany and everything. So no,
oh, Ricola's in the house. How you doing? What's her name again? Miss Ricola. I think it's something with a C. Is it Crystal?
I think Crystal, but I'm not
I
sure.
think it's Crystal. Welcome in.
And
I don't know
I'm
how long.
I'm really bad with names, and I've
I'm
apologized for it
trying.
a billion times because I'm like, I should know your name, and I don't.
I try. Not everybody made their channel name a name you know with their name in it. So like
No,
your
but
name.
my name is a pretty common name, Barbara. I mean, we've already have a
I don't
couple of
know
them.
any other Barbaras, but my sister had a friend like 40 years ago named Barbara.
Yeah.
So I don't know
No,
any
but in I
Barbaras
mean
besides you.
online right now because often Wriggles, we call her Wriggles, but her name is Barbara as well. And then we have a few others, so I'm like, yeah, just call me Whisper or call me
There's a
Barb.
lot of
Either
Nancy's
works.
having channels now, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple of Nancy's. I've seen that. Yeah.
I'm seeing new ones pop up lately.
I'm seeing new channels pop up all the time. Recommended for you, and I'm like, who is that?
Yeah. Well, I do
Like
have a.
nothing bad, because I'm
I
like,
made
oh
a group, you know, like I don't know. Before I hit the 1,000, I made a group. So, and all of a sudden I started getting, you know, you put in like questions. They're supposed to answer the question to
yeah,
know that you got real people. And I would sometimes look at their pictures, and if they had crochet related pictures, I would let them in. But I been getting a lot of more. suggest, people coming up without answering the questions, I've been hitting no because I have like over
Yeah.
400. I have like over 400 now.
Yeah,
So
I'm in a pretty large Dutch crochet group because I'm one of the owners of the group,
okay.
and the Dutch contingency is in crochet is huge. They're just not on YouTube.
Oh, okay. They're not into the internet. But I
No.
mean, if you're going to join my group, you should be able to answer the questions.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
And
don't
so
know if
we
anybody
have the
else,
questions up there as well. And if they don't answer any questions, we don't let them
if
in.
they answer two of them, if they say it says, do you crochet and knit? And I get a happy face. What does that mean?
No,
That means
that
they
means
can't read the English. So
yeah,
maybe
no,
they can't, they're not going to be able to read the rules.
no, exactly. Then if you're not gonna
So
answer the question, goodbye.
yeah, let them try again. Maybe they missed somehow didn't see the questions by accident.
We don't block them. We just say no, just decline.
Right. Then they could try again. And if
Exactly.
they
Then they
answer the
can try
questions,
again.
I'll let them in.
And if
So
I see like we have one that kept doing that, like sending smileys instead of answers, or just not replying at all. That and after like 3 or 4 times, I was like done with that one. I was like, okay, decline and block.
I guess
And
she
everybody
wasn't
was
getting
like,
the hint.
she wasn't
Linda's in
not
the
getting
house.
it. Hi,
Linda's
Linda.
in. And David. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, David.
I've been overdue to make a live, because I
Yeah,
don't
it's been
know.
a while,
Last week
right?
I was just tired. I just made a few short videos. I went into a few stores, and if you didn't look at them, you might be able to see that yarn I was telling you about.
Yeah, I'm going to check
And
because I've been crazy busy here. So I was like,
I hear
I
you.
need to
Can't
start.
watch everybody's
And
busy.
I got like nothing to do tonight. Yeah, I got the entire house done. That's why I was not online all day because I was like getting the house done. I wasn't even on Instagram. I was like, need to get the house done so
So
that
are
I
you
can have
packing?
this weekend.
When you moving?
Well, the move is not because I have packed like the guest bedroom has already been packed up. I have packed up a lot of the sewing supplies and other crafts materials like the paint and craft stuff that I do with my son. Those are already packed up so that I don't have to do all of that anymore. And I got everything set up for the sale going live. So I got 6 crates of yarn over there. Big tubs
So
of
if
the
you get
crates
in
of
order, you
yarn.
could find it.
Yeah, it's right here in my living room. The packing materials are in my living room, and I just put that behind the door. So I'm like,
Okay.
nobody on this side has any issues with it, and it's right there.
Okay. Okay. It's
That
dark.
box,
I
that
see it.
box, you see a box over there and another box on top. That one is the bottom box is going to South Africa in the morning, and the top box is going to Texas.
Okay.
So those two are flying out tomorrow, and that is the area like behind that door is exactly where I have like all the tubs of yarn and everything right now. Just leave it there. Just
Yeah, it's kind of addicting buying yarn.
yeah,
I guess you
and
got, and you were doing this, were you spinning and dyeing or just dyeing?
I'm just dying. I don't do spinning. That's Sadie. Sadie does spinning.
Oh, Kim does spinning.
Kim spins as well. Yeah.
She said she was spinning it and making her own socks.
Yes, she did, and she
I'm
finished
not
them.
spinning anything.
She finished them. I did see that one pop up on Instagram. I'm not sure if it was last night or just early this morning. But
Yeah, I saw it the
she
other day. I
finished the
saw.
socks.
Yeah,
She
I
finished
did.
the pair of socks that she spun the yarn for.
I bought a bunch of knitting stuff and I made a couple of things, but I haven't been
I
practicing
tried
yet.
it again. I was like, okay, I'm going to try. I'm really going to try. I bought sock blockers. I bought needles, everything. And I was like, okay, I just remembered why I don't knit.
I'd like to
I
be able
can
to
knit,
make a
but
hat, but whatever. I'm not. It's just you make one.
well, the
I was
circular
getting
needles do
holes
not work for
everywhere
me.
because I was, huh?
The circular needles do not work for me. The circular needles, I'm like, nope, that doesn't work for me. So I quickly put those aside. I was like, okay, that goes to Reggie because
Well, I
Reggie
got a
does
whole
work
lot of.
with them. Send it her way. So
I
she's
made.
got a whole box of knitting materials coming her way because I'm like, oh, that was why I don't knit. It just takes forever.
Ever.
I'm like,
Well, I
nope.
also made stitch markers, but then I did sell a set to somebody, and I gave some away in an old giveaway or something. And I haven't made any, and I bought a lot of beads and stuff. So maybe one
Yeah.
of these days I'll make a little bit of something, you know.
Yeah, like all
Haven't
those
done it.
kinds of craft materials are now packed up. Like the craft attic is like 75% packed up. The only things that are not packed up is the cotton that I crochet that kind of stuff with,
Mhm.
and the hand dye stuff. And so my wooden Swift and the wooden yarn ball winder are not packed up because like I have one of these the big little industrial looking ones with the
I know what
metal
that looks like.
gears. With the metal gears, oh man, that thing make a racket. You'll get a headache if you have to do like a cup like I for the order for Ursula, I had to do the four hangs into cakes, and if you had to do four hangs with
Oh,
the
you caked it
big
up for her?
metal one, yeah, I kicked it up for her. So that
Yeah.
one would be like,
I'm
oh,
dying to see. Hobby Lobby brought in hanks of yarn,
mm-hmm.
and I'm dying to see if those are going to get clearanced. I will buy it if those get clearanced.
Yeah,
Like now, they took away they had a 40% off coupon where you could use it on one regular price item. They took that away. There's no more coupons at Hobby
yeah,
Lobby,
I heard that.
and so they'll have all the yarn will be 30% off, but none of the hooks or the needles or any of the little stuff. So now they just had a bunch of clearance, and I bought a ton of stuff. You know, you must have seen all the stuff I got these bags.
I've seen some of it, I think. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that one though. It's such a
this one
fun
was
bag.
650,
Yeah, no,
and
put
I got the
like
cup.
650. Try like if you're gonna try and buy that in Holland, it's gonna be like 60 60 euros.
Wait, I'll tell you what the price was. I got a different bag that was cheaper even.
Really?
This one was $25.
That is not expensive.
Oh, and
Because
I bought
I
a
have seen
couple
them.
because I
Oh, those are cute.
it says I make pretty things.
Oh, that is so cute. They
I
don't
didn't
make
I
that stuff over here. They don't sell it anywhere. I want to have a cute cup.
Oh, this was left of my cake. I found it. It was
Ah,
on
there it is.
there it is. I found it. I have a little left. And I was using a lot of Shoal in the Ball for a while. I whatever. I only pay I bought like one time from Lion Brand and I got a whole load of Shoal in a Ball because it was 5 for $10 plus shipping. So it came out to like 250 each. And then if you go to the store, it'd normally be $10, but the
Yeah,
first
I
time I
read it
bought
say like they're like way more expensive in the store, so that is a great deal.
once I got it on the first two Shoal in a Ball I purchased, I only paid like 350 each at Walmart when they had a clearance.
Yeah.
But I've scored a clearance, like really too much clearance at Walmart. Ridiculous. But I got this one too.
Oh,
Oop.
look at that. That is the
Everybody's
mama
been
water
showing them.
bottle. Yeah, I've seen them before. They're so cute.
Oh,
But those kinds of water bottles in the coffee cups, there's like 25 to 30 euros here. It's like none of that is, and not with the coupons. There's
I don't know.
no
They had this
coupons.
for $1. It's a pom pom maker.
Really?
A
Those cost a
99
freaking
cents.
fortune over here.
But I bought this one at Joann's with the coupon. I think I paid 5.
Mm.
It's a clover.
Yeah,
I haven't tried it
I
yet.
I love my clovers.
I don't think I haven't.
The clover one is like 25 euros over here. Because I had that in my hands, and I was
Oh,
like,
I
should
dropped my
I,
hat.
shouldn't I?
What
And I
else?
didn't get it, even though I love my clovers. I got like my grab to. Oh, those pins are cute.
Yeah, that was $1.24. They were
That is
originally
not expensive.
$5.
So I got like
Well,
I got these clothes. These are the ones I use the most.
I buy
It's
cheap
like an
plastic.
entire colorway.
Oh, your hooks?
Yeah, these are the ones I use the most, and those are the clovers.
Well, they don't. I like Susan Bates.
But that it's only like well, this one is the 1.5 millimeter, and that is 2.5. I got two of those, and then the 3 millimeter and the 3.5. I work the most with the yellow ones. That's why I got two of them nearby.
Yeah, I have
Because I got like
duplicates.
an entire
Sometimes
upstairs,
I
like an
leave my
entire
hook with
sack
my
full.
work.
Yeah,
You know,
I can do that with because I got more upstairs, but these are like the ones that I have nearby because I use these for the amigurumi.
I use these things a lot.
Oh yeah,
I
where is
did
it?
make them, but sometimes they get caught on the yarn. So I got them, I think, on sale. Yeah, okay, this is similar. Mine didn't come in a box. Mine came in a
Yeah,
little bag.
these came in a box, so I like that one. I was like, okay. But I had them before, like in a little bag, and that you get like a little bag full of them. But I go through these like crazy because I don't know where they go. They disappear. They like, all of a sudden go up in air.
Hmm.
So I go through one of those boxes in like 4 to 5 months. So I probably, looking at the state of this, I'm probably gonna have to order one again.
Yeah, because they disappear or something, you know?
Yeah, they just disappear, poof, gone.
Oh,
Lord
so
knows
yarn
why they just
yarn
gone.
nut, I don't know her name, says that
Is
she
that
wants to
Gina?
know if she's saying she wants to know if we use tulip hooks, and I never tried a tulip.
I got one.
I've tried clover, but not tulip.
Tulip Adamo have. I got one of those.
Well, is it like a
It has. It's like um. It's as comfortable in the hand as a clover is, because it's
okay?
the same kind of rubbery feel to it, but it has like a better spot to put your thumb in. If you it For me, because I use the knife grip, it works
Okay.
best. 'Cause you can
Here's a
literally,
clover.
yeah,
They sell them separately at Joann's, and I could use a coupon.
yeah.
This one's a
I got
6
they
millimeter.
sell them separately over here as well as in sets. But this is
But,
the this one they sell them separately as well. This is the 5 millimeter tulip
right.
tulip Edamo.
I would try
But
that, but I like my
I
Susan Bates.
prefer I prefer clover for amigurumi, but I prefer knit pro hooks for anything like shawls or wearables and whatnot. That's this one. It's like flat.
So she says she
The metal
thinks
of
it
it
makes her
is
crochet faster.
yeah. These will
Anyway, I
make your
got this.
crochet faster
This
too.
was reduced to 448, and I have an extra set. This
Oh,
is
those
my
are always
Susan
good.
Bates. Uh, but
Yeah, I got a set of those
I
upstairs
like
as
the
well,
one
but
with
I
the
got them
grip.
like in gray metal.
I
But
can't find it now.
I prefer the clovers over anything. But even the tulip is nice in the hand and all that. But I still because I had I have a surgically repaired hand. The pressure of the tulip hook becomes too much because this this is the joint they surgically repaired. So the pressure on this
Oh,
joint becomes too much.
well, I like these. These are Susan Bates, and they come with a rubber thing. Anyway, so she said that she got tulip hooks at Joann's for 40% off with one item coupon. I don't know what the deal is today. I have to look at the app.
Because if you can see, it's the dip in the clover that goes just as wide, and then it will be smaller, and then it flares out a bit again at the bottom.
Okay.
So you can see that the tulip ones go straight, and this one flares out again.
So you like
This
which one
actually
better?
makes this one,
Which one, clover or tulip?
the clover,
You
the
like
clover
clover,
because the part where it flares out again takes the pressure off the injured hand.
right?
So it will see it doesn't force my hand to go wider.
I had trouble with when I used a 4 millimeter. One of my hands was cramping, and then
Yeah.
I am married, but I never crochet with the ring because for some reason that ring finger will hurt.
Yeah.
I'm just checking to see what the deal is with Joann's. No.
Well, it is time for me to drop
Yeah, I'm
off.
gonna go soon too because it's like lunchtime.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. on my end, so I'm going to heat up the
I'm at
oven
one
because
o'clock.
I'm making Subway sandwiches for like fresh made Subway sandwiches with tomato cream soup. So we're having an easy dinner tonight.
Sounds good. Enjoy.
Oh, you're watching Forza? Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging
He's
out with
such a
me.
gamer.
Oh, he likes his
Well, thank you
games.
for having me.
Ask him if he ever played. It's a card game called Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, my daughter used to play that.
Well, my son
Yu-Gi-Oh.
has a channel. He has a Yu-Gi-Oh channel.
My daughter used to play that. I'm not sure if she does
It's
anymore,
a
but
card game. They play
yeah.
online too, though. There's a way. But yeah, he has a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. He's up to like almost 5,000.
No, he's completely into the car games, like everything with speed and racing, and
Okay.
that's totally his thing. My
Yeah.
daughter did like I'm gonna tell my daughter to check the channel.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I don't have the link for it, but it's called Legacy Crusaders.
like I'm just gonna write that
I'll
down.
write it
I'll
down
let
in
you
the chat.
remember. Oh, please do. Then I can send her a message, and maybe she can check it out because
I'm not
that was
sure how to
more her
spell it.
thing. If just Legacy Crusaders. Okay.
Yeah, I could.
We'll find it because if it looks like it, they'll usually recommend it. Did you mean this? So we'll
Oh,
find it.
okay. Okay.
We're
You never
used to
know.
Google searching.
He does a lot of videos. Like he has people come up and they show how to play the cards and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. People want to learn how to play.
She's completely into those card games because she did the Pokemon games, she did the Yu-Gi-Oh card games. So
They used to play Yu-Gi-Oh when they were kids. And
yeah,
my kids are in their 30s now. So he's
yeah.
36. I think he's
No, but
36.
I've noticed that generation, and like my daughter's 27, so
Right.
same generation there, and
Yeah,
she
we had Alien Invaders or something. We didn't really have good games back then.
No, and they're like totally full, and especially in the games that are like retro, like the Pokemon card games, the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Everything is still like they're still keeping up with that because my daughter still has her Pokemon cards with like battle decks and
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know. I, you know, but
I try to follow along for her when she was little because they're like, okay, how do you play this? Okay,
oh,
I
forget about it.
figured it
Well, my
out,
son's
and
a math
then
teacher. There's so much math in it. There's a
oh
lot of
yeah,
math. So
yeah.
he says he's a math nerd,
Oh
you know.
yeah, she looks like a rock chick, but she's a total nerd, and she
Yeah,
admits
well,
to it. She's like,
he's a
I'm a
math
rock nerd.
nerd, he says,
She's
you know.
instead of being a rock chick, she's a rock nerd.
Okay.
Well, she
All
is.
right,
She
I'm gonna get ready to go too. So
yeah.
enjoy
So
your dinner.
have a great lunch and have a great
Okay.
day. I
Look
am
for the
going to
video
yeah.
with
I'm
the
going to look
eyelash
for the
yarn.
yarn videos. Yeah,
I
I'm
did
going to look
show
for the
it.
yarn videos.
The one that says Hobby Lobby. That's the one.
Hobby Lobby. I will check it out in a bit. I just kind of turned you off
Yeah,
and
it's
on, and
okay.
I'm going
You
to
could check
watch
it
it.
out another day. It's not a big deal
Yeah,
if you
no
remember.
worries.
Or you could always ask. All right, thanks for coming.
You're
Bye.
welcome, hun. Bye bye.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna head out too, friends. Thanks for coming by. Happy says we still have 9. I didn't check to see if anybody liked the video, but hopefully if you hung around, you hit the like button. Please check on the way out. And I'm gonna maybe go out for a little while. I like to get out of the house for at least an hour every day. I can't take staying inside, but I may have lunch first. Anybody here still? Okay. Oh, thanks, Barb. Thanks for coming by. She's saying goodbye. She's gonna go have her dinner, you know? Okay. Yarn Nut, what's your name? I am a yarn nut too. Yarn addict, yarn nut. Oh, sorry, my phone's ring giving me notification. Gia, I'll try to remember. I don't know any other Gias. Sometimes I play match game. Like I'll think of someone else I know with that name, you know, and it'll help me remember. But yeah, I kind of showed everything I had to show. You know, I mean, eventually I got a lot of things I want to try, and just not enough time in the day. And I never crochet like usually when I'm on a live. So, okay. So come back. Hopefully you'll check out some of my other videos. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and have a great day. Bye. Did it go? I hit end, but I might not have. It didn't go.